Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the Solar Astrology Series. Before I get into the teaching part of it here, just for a couple of housekeeping things for you. If you're watching this on the podcast, of which there are many now, I'm linking the YouTube video of the presentation in the description box for you. Just in case you're wondering where the presentation or what screenshots I'm talking about. And the reason I'm presenting this as a presentation, more like a screen share, is so that you can revisit this anytime for a more deeper understanding or more clear understanding, because you know how we all are. We don't absorb everything in one go. Mind keeps drifting and so on and so forth. So I will leave this description box of this podcast on Spotify and Apple with a link, YouTube link. You can click on it for every podcast that you visit, and it will directly take you to the YouTube presentation. Okay, that's one part. In this one, we will be speaking in 4 videos about the heart connection and how it plays out in the different 4 types of signs: earth, fire, air, and water signs. Now I want you to look at this screen very carefully, because the heart connection, what we can see here, is the 4th house in every chart. So the 4th house represents home, heart, mother, homeland, as it is shown over here. Okay, the heart connection for every person. These are the 12 houses as per Vedic Astrology, and as you can see, it is split into the day half, the yellow one, and the night half, which is the moon half, the sun half and the moon half. What does this mean? It means this yellow shaded half is the one where we are giving away our energy to the external world. The blue half, or the moon half, or the night half, is where we are taking our internal energy, where we are being more of ourselves. So this blue triangle of circulation 159 of the heart energy is what we are going to be speaking of for all the ascendants. Okay, so what is this about? Right off the bat, you can see that the heart connection, your heart connection, is reflected as per Vedic astrology as wanting to make connection with the external world, because 2 points of this triangle are in the external world. Only 1 point is in the internal world. There itself it goes to show that your heart wants to be connected with the external reality in a more free way, in a more open way, in a more vulnerable way, because 8th and 12th houses are all about vulnerability, the sensitive parts. 8th and 12th house are also called the moksha houses, or the liberating houses. Liberation from what? Liberation from ego. So this outward directed focus of the heart itself shows that our heart is here to meld with the rest of the collective, to be in service to the rest of the collective, to lose ourselves in the collective, and that's what feeds the heart back. Okay, that's the first aspect we can see. We are here to bring our heart into the rest of the world in the 8th and 12th houses, which we will see for every type of sign and every ascendant. Now, 8th house, which you can see here, stands for transformation. I've just taken a few of the aspects which I found relevant. Hidden aspects of life, those things which are hidden from plain sight for you. And it also means change of lifestyle, because it's gain of the 7th house. 7th house, you get married. After marriage, your entire lifestyle changes. And through life, as you go to the external world, the day half, so does your life change. You change jobs, you change places, you change your lifestyle after you get married to another human being. So that's the 8th house. It also stands for sexuality. It also stands for wealth you give off to others. See how it plays out. Day half is everything you give to others, to the external reality. 12th house, the another axis of this triangle, stands for loss of relativity. The way you relate to the world is lost here. In the sense, you lose your sense of ego more. There's a more sense of dissolution of ego and more a sense of heart connection which it feeds to. Therefore, it is termed in Vedic texts as gain of spirituality. Loss of one thing is gain of something else. It's always the case. This is lot of loss of materialistic sense to gain of spiritual, being of service to others. That's what 12th house stands for. It also stands for your hidden strengths and weaknesses, which will be revealed in the 12th house for you. Okay, so keep this in mind, and I shall link this with all the other ascendants. Alright, keep watching. For the air signs, it plays out as Artha in the triangle which we are talking about, that blue triangle over there, which goes between, starts from the 4th house, goes towards the 8th house, and moves in the 12th house, feeds it back to the 4th house. How does it play out in the air signs? Air signs are all about karma in the 1st house. That means they are the core of desire. They know core of desires in different ways. In Gemini, it plays out as discovery of skills because it's the traditional 3rd house, doing things with hands, doing things with legs perhaps if Mars is strong, and so on. So Gemini people are always discovering skills, their hand skills, their communication skills, their social media skills, all of this stuff. That's what Gemini is doing. The air signs are all about mind and mental desire. So, but when they come to the 4th house, we are talking about the evolution of heart here. How does it happen for the air signs? First one is Tamas and Artha. They need to find their heart in their home, in their mother, in their homeland. In whatever home means to them, they need to start working with work, their daily work, their daily grind. 6th house is for daily grind, the routines. They will find their heart connection. If they make the heart connection with their daily work, then they go into the 8th house more smoothly, the house of transformation. Because these air signs are bringing more Artha, that means it's more handsy energy. Artha means trying to find tools, tasks, procedures, policies. So it's a very grounding aspect. They are all about desire in the 1st house, the air signs, but they are trying to bring a grounding aspect to spirituality. This is the highest evolution path for the air signs. Because they are very mental creatures, they can do this efficiently. They can bring reasoning and logic to spirituality itself. There has to be some groundedness, and that's where the air signs come in. So they come to the 8th house, Gemini ascendants, the house of transformation, hidden aspects of life, change of lifestyle, etc., etc. And there they bring in a career, job, and business. So Gemini can make spirituality and transformation very efficiently as a career, job, and business, provided they know how to work with themselves, with their routines, provided they make routinely a heart connection in their home. I'm trying to give you various ways of interpreting this Vedic text here. Okay? So then, once this is done, if they choose, they can even have a career, job, and business of communication, because they are all about communication. They can become good writers of spiritual books, perhaps. And then they move towards the 12th house, which is the Rajas and Artha. This is a moving energy. Rajas is a moving energy. In the 12th house, they discover the how. They recognize the resource and abilities which they can provide to others. 12th house is the house of service, of giving away your energy to the rest of the world, to the society. As spirituality, what is spirituality? In essence, it becomes of service. It's not just about what do I gain for myself, ego. It's about what I give to others, which is spirituality. The hidden strengths and weaknesses are also revealed to them in the 12th house. Means what resources I'm short of, what abilities I'm short of, and how I can modify them through my work and routine. So they feed it back to their heart center, and they can change their lifestyle. They can change their routines and procedures, how they work. Remember, all this is mental energy they are bringing, grounding way to the spiritual triangle which we are talking about here. In Libra, the 4th house has Artha in it, but as Capricorn. That means they are thinking about career, job, and business at their home fronts. So they should not try and make home or heart a career, job, or business. Or, on the other hand, if they make a connection with their heart, they can bring this heart energy to the rest of the world as career, job, and business. They can even work from home. That's another way of interpretation. But they need to make the heart connection first. Then they bring these means, these tools that they have gathered, as effectively to use their resources and ability when their transformation occurs through their life, their post-married life, or their intimate sexual lifestyle. They can understand what their resources and abilities are when they approach this house. Hidden aspects of life are revealed to them. Discovery of skills, everything. Change of lifestyle is revealed. Librans typically change a lot of lifestyle. Okay, so when that changes, they recognize new resources and abilities. That's how it plays out for the Libran ascendant. You need to discover this constantly because 8th house is a house of changes through life, and it happens through external circumstances because this is in the day half. Okay, that in turn feeds it back to them in the 12th house, which is Tamas and Artha. So the means itself recalibrates to having proper work routines for self. So for a Libran ascendant to bring a grounded spirituality as career, job, business, knowing their resources and abilities will be to have proper routines, daily routines. If the Librans have, it gives them grounding. Because remember, Libra we spoke of as the wind, the mind as the wind of desires. So Libra ascendant people have a challenge on their hands because they're constantly looking for connection and they are wildly moving about the energy of desire in their mind. They're looking for that connection. So they need the grounded form of spirituality in the 12th house, and that feeds them back to their heart energy. And they can move through life with this triangle very, very efficiently. Right? For the last of the air signs, Aquarius, which has got Sattva and Kama, the purest form of desire, the purest form of for what? What are we here on this earth for? Aquarius ascendant knows this very well. That's how they can get very stubborn. They want gains, they want money, they want connections with people, they want to have a large social network, all of these things. That's what they want in the ascendant. But now they are going into the heart level. If this air sign, mental Aquarius creature, has to move into the heart energy, okay, it has to recognize its resources and abilities first and work with that. Work beginning from your home as a child, as a teenager, as an adult. Start discovering in your home and in your heart what are your resources, what are your abilities. List them, work with them. That's how you'll make that connection of bringing the heart energy to the world. What happens in the 8th house? They have Tamas and Artha, meaning they have Virgo. You have to develop those resources and abilities as work routines in order for transforming your external reality, in order for transforming your hidden aspects of life, in order for transforming your marriage. Okay? You need to have routines, means you need to routinely address your partner. You are trying to bring the heart energy here, so you need to routinely work with your partner there. Even if there is change of lifestyle, you need to bring the routines there. How do you handle the changes and fluctuations in your life? Job, career, place, anything. 8th house is just change of everything. You name it, change is there in the 8th house. That can feed you back into the 12th house, which is Rajas and Artha. That means you can make career, job, and business out of spirituality. If you lose your ego, this is a big one for Aquarians. They have a lot of ego in the first house because they are strongly mental, strongly reasoning. They are sattvic form. They know the highest form of questions that are there, and they are desirous of everything, gains and connections. So they need to push that beyond the boundaries of ego. Only then they can make a career, a job, a business out of spirituality. Anything, maybe may even become teachers depending upon where the planets are placed. Their hidden strengths are also revealed there, which in turn they can recognize as resources and abilities and continue moving through this circle. Right? That's for the air signs. We'll speak over the water signs next. Keep watching.